child struggle to hold it together at school? Do they have meltdowns or tantrums at school because they just can't hold it together? Are you wondering what some of the reasons are for this behaviour? Well, stay tuned and we're going to look at that in today's episode. I'm Deb Hopper, occupational therapist, Amazon #1 best-selling author, and your special needs reporter. Today we're going to go through 5 reasons of why children might have meltdowns or tantrums or find it hard to hold it together at school. One reason why many children struggle to hold it together at school because they don't feel safe in the routine. They don't understand what's coming up and what happens from hour to hour and break to break. So one great idea is to have a visual routine or some class routine where there are pictures or words which show what's going to happen in the morning, after recess, after lunch, for example. Some kids need to have more information than others. So for some kids they might need to have a picture of the 3 different lessons that are before recess, for example. So talk to your child's teacher and see what they have in place and how that might be modified to support your child. The second reason is that many children are overstimulated by their environment. So many children find it hard to cope with the noise or the auditory distractions in the classroom. Some children show signs of this by holding their hands over their ears, and some children just might be bothered by this but not show any outward signs. Children are also distracted or can be bothered by the visual environment. So having too many crafts or posters displayed on the wall or gorgeous crafts hanging down in the middle of the classroom can be very distracting for some children. Even just working in groups and having children move around the room can be distracting for them. So look for the signs and just take a look at the classroom and perhaps just mention to your teacher and ask if they think that visual or auditory might be impacting on their behaviour. The third area to look at is to just understand some social interactions between your child and other children. Do they have a good buddy or a couple of good friends? What do they do at recess? How do they go interacting with the other children? Are they going through any bullying? Often kids go through some stages where they are bullied, or they may even feel picked on or bullied even if it's not happening overtly. So some children get worried or feel sick in the stomach with anxiety if they feel anxious or bullied by social issues. So if your child is teary at home or reports some things are happening at school, just sit down and have a chat, and they will often divulge what's happening for them. Number 4 is if children are struggling with increased stress due to either visual input or being overawed by auditory noise in the classroom, then sometimes they need to have a quiet space, or they need to have more movement to be able to bring their nervous system down. It's kind of like if children are stressed by their environment, they can tend to escalate in their nervous system, heading towards the fight and flight zone. So often they might need to take a walk or do some play on the fixed equipment and use their muscles to be able to reset and release that stress so that they can feel okay in themselves again to get through the next session of learning. Our last area today is just to reflect and think about how your morning routine is going at home. Are there any stresses? And I know that mornings can be frantic and busy in packing lunches and getting kids dressed and getting out the door. So maybe take a look, see if there's anything that you can do to prepare the night before, so packing bags, making lunches. Do we need an alarm clock so that children or adults get up on time? Just think about ways that we can reduce the stress in the morning so that children can arrive at school and they can be feeling more safe and less stressed and more calm in themselves, and that will help them to get through the day. So you can see a summary of our 5 points below in our clip summary. And also you might be interested in downloading our free chapter from my relaxation book, Relaxation Stress Less for Kids. So the link's below, so feel free to go down and pop your details in and you'll get that in your email box very shortly. Thanks for listening. Does your child have restless legs when they're doing their homework or when they're sitting at their desk at school? Are they always fidgeting and wanting to move around? Do they want to get up out of their seat to go and walk around the classroom rather than sitting and doing their work? I'm Deb Harper, occupational therapist, Amazon #1 best-selling author and special needs reporter. Today I'd like to share 2 solutions which can help those restless legs so they can sit in their seat and get more work done. First we have the Think Foot Roller. This goes between the front 2 legs of the chair and children can put their feet on top and they can spin it around. Now you need to have the legs attached and have this at the bottom. We don't want it too high up because we need to give some support for the elastic. So it needs to be resting on the floor is the proper use. So once their legs are on, they can sit and they can fiddle around with their feet and get the movement and muscle input that they need. Then they can engage and concentrate. My other all-time favourite is the Deskerciser. So again, this fits between the front 2 legs of the chair. It's really, really strong rubber material and it's got a gorgeous clip here so it's easy to clip together to put on the chair. So children put their legs behind it and they can push forward and get some really good leg muscle input to keep those fidgety legs a bit stiller and to keep their brains engaged for work. So click on the link below and grab your Deskerciser now.